Hello guys, it's Gazbrand here again with another Plasma Cannon video. Today we're going to be viewing a Plasma Cannon squad video. It's going to be effectively 5 people using Plasma Cannons. And in the process we're also going to be talking about Plasma Cannon damage amplification. How much damage can you pump out of your Plasma Cannon and what skills you need and what fits you need to do this. Alright guys, before we start talking about anything Plasma Cannon, there's a topic that you must understand. This topic is called stacking penalties. Stacking penalties affect how much damage you can pump out of your Plasma Cannon because it will directly affect the modules, especially those complex damage mods that you're going to put into your Plasma Cannon fit. So stacking penalties can be defined as the reduction in efficiency for every module that affects the same attribute after the first one. Stacking penalties do not affect every module in the game, but they do affect the ones that we're going to talk about, which are damage mods in this case. And that's why it's important to understand these. Stacking penalties will go as follows. The first module will always do 100% of its intended effect. The second will be reduced to 86.9% of its effectiveness. The third will go down to 57.1. The fourth will go down to 28.2. And the fifth will only give you a 10.5992% of its total effectiveness. Now that we know how stacking penalties work, we can move on to see how they affect our light damage modifiers. A complex light damage modifier has 10% damage increase. The first one will always give you 100% of its maximum damage increase, therefore it will give you a 10% boost. The second damage modifier will only give you 86.9% of its damage increase. Therefore, it will only give you an 8.69% damage increase in total, which can be rounded up to 8.7. Based on the math, the third damage modifier will only give you a 5.7% damage increase. The fourth will give you a 2.8, and the fifth will only give you a 1% damage increase. Now that I've explained stacking penalties, it's time to move on to fittings. But before I do, I would like to take this moment to suggest getting Plasma Cannon Proficiency Level 4. This will not only increase your damage, but will help you survive longer as a side effect. Okay, when it comes to fitting for a Plasma Cannon, there's one simple rule. Use at least 2 damage mods. The Plasma Cannon is an alpha weapon. This means that its power is in its punch and not in its rate of fire. Having that extra damage mod will be the difference between a one-hit kill or an enemy killing you while you reload. Chances are that after fitting the Plasma Cannon and those 2 damage mods, your CPU will be nearly depleted. It's a possibility that you will have to fit a CPU enhancement to support these CPU-hungry items. Now that you have the basics of your fitting down, it's time to choose which type of tank you want. Shield tankers are at a disadvantage here. Shield modules are also CPU hungry, so you will have trouble balancing your fit to accommodate for damage mods, the Plasma Cannon, and shield mods. On the other hand, armored tankers have it a bit better, but just a bit. Since the Plasma Cannon is CPU hungry, and the armor modules are power grid hungry, there is sort of a balance for the fit. The only problem armored tankers will come across is that their armored tank will be competing with the damage mods, which are also power grid hungry. Whichever the case, never be afraid to use modules to supplement your CPU or power grid. Getting engineering and electronics as high as you can will help with this problem, but in some cases it will not eliminate it. Now that I've talked a little bit about the pros and cons of shield and armor tanking while using your Plasma Cannon, I want to share with you a fit that I've had a bit of success with the past weeks. The fit is an advanced Galente Logi. It uses a KLA 90 Plasma Cannon. Yeah, you'll notice that I'm a Logi. I have no sidearm. Yeah, I prefer not to have one. I firmly believe that sidearms are crutches and that if you want to truly master the Plasma Cannon, you only use a Plasma Cannon and nothing else. Anyway, the fit has 3 enhanced armor plates, 2 complex light damage modifiers, a KIN 012 nano injector, an X3 quantum nano hive, and a BDR8 repair tool. Now, you have to keep in mind that I currently have Galente Logi level 5. So the fit has an innate complex armor repair rate. I found this fit to have enough tank to kill someone or run away if necessary, as well as have enough punch to take care of most situations that don't involve a full squad of Devals or 2 guys with mass drivers. Now, to keep talking about damage, I've made some calculations so you don't have to. These numbers will show you the damage of each variant, Standard, Advanced, and Proto. with 2 damage mods and proficiency level 4. The things we have to know when calculating our damage is weapon damage and the percentage increase we get from mods and proficiency skills. Now, I won't bore you with the details, but the total percentage increase in damage from skills and mods, taking stacking penalties into consideration, is 30.7%. Now, if my math is correct, the standard plasma cannon will have a total of 1,372 direct damage and 372 splash damage. The KLA-90, which is the advanced plasma cannon, will have 1,441 direct damage and 390 splash damage, and the Allotech plasma cannon, which is the prototype plasma cannon, will have a 1,509 direct damage and 409 splash damage. You'll notice that while the direct damage is good to kill just about any suit out there, the splash is just good enough to kill some suits in one hit, requiring a second and sometimes even a third shot to kill them. To overcome this, there are several strategies you can use. The first one I suggest is the old flux and main tactic. This tactic works wonders against shield tankers, although they usually run away when their shields are gone. The second tactic, which is the one I mostly use, is to throw a sleek grenade or two before you engage. The small amount of damage seems like little, but it's enough to weaken your opponent that you can get that glorious one-hit kill. It's even better than with the flux because the enemy will have enough HP to think that he has a chance at winning until he gets hit once and dies. Most of the people I've seen using the plasma cannon are assault or commando suits. The use of a sidearm while using the plasma cannon can save your life. It helps you eliminate that much of HP the victim was left with. If you're not a good shot, I suggest using the SMG. This weapon will help you spray and pray your way to success, although if you're a horrible shot, you might not kill the guy and fail completely. The Scrambler pistol works even better than the SMG because of the high damage and high rate of fire. It does 80 damage at standard levels, making that last bit of HP go in 1 or 2 shots. The same thing is said for the Flaylock pistol. If you're an extremely good shot with it, you can destroy just about anything that was hit once with the splash of your plasma cannon. Other things that are not directly related to the fit, but have an immense impact on the plasma cannon damage and plasma cannon damage application are: A. Distance from the target. The distance the projectile falls from the target tapers off the damage. It doesn't always happen, but I've found that it happens enough so that you lose a lot of kills because of it. So even though the stats say that it's a 3.5 splash meter radius, the true radius can sometimes be 2 or 2.5 meters. Now, the same thing can be said for the far side. Sometimes you will hit farther than 3.5 meters, but it will register the hit like if it was in the splash radius. B. Leading the target. This is the perfect way to effectively apply damage. Shooting for where you think the target is going to be when your projectile hits will greet you with many unexpected direct hits. While this is a good and viable tactic, it's also a frustrating one. Due to the slow pace at which the projectile goes through the air, which is literally slower than the speed at which the player falls, I've tested it, your target might have a change of heart and go lazily to the left or right, leaving you with one less shot and lots of rage. C. Hit for the feet. While people may think you're shooting at the ground, you're actually going for a much smaller target, the feet. When the plasma cannon even grazes an opponent, you are assured that you're going to kill that person because of its high impact damage. This would be the equivalent of a sniper hitting for a headshot because you will most likely kill the opponent with your direct damage. While aiming at the left or right foot, you are almost assured that at least your splash will hit the target. If your opponent is a bit far and you aim for the feet, be sure not to aim in between the legs, or else the shot might keep going, denying you a satisfactory kill. D. Pick your targets. While not missing is essential, knowing what targets to shoot at is what's important. Never engage a proto or a heavy alone. These usually have high DPS and will most likely kill you before you get your second shot. Never engage an armored tanker without first weakening him. Plasma cannons deal 10% less damage to armor. That being said, Kildari assaults now have much more HP, making some of them capable of taking a full splash damage and not lose all their shields. E. Use cover. While you will only kill a standard and poorly fit advanced suits in one shot with a plasma cannon, the reality is that your opponents will most likely survive the first shot because of the necessity stacked defense mods in this build. Because of this, the most important piece of advice that I will give you is to engage in areas with a lot of cover. Buying enough time to reload and getting in another shot effectively guarantees that you will kill your opponent. Well guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching it. It turned out to be a bit longer than I expected. And again, I would like to tell people that think that the plasma cannon is a bad weapon,